Great reaches of sand, little rainfall, strong sunshine. Arid lands are a hostile environment where animals and plants must struggle to survive. Arid regions account for 41% of the land on Earth. Desertification is expanding rapidly in the world's arid regions. People living in these areas are burdened with poor harvests, poverty, and hunger. Is it possible to arrest the advance of desertification and permit good harvests and sustainable livelihoods? Tottori City. The Arid Land Research Center of Tottori University is located within the Tottori Sand Dunes of Tottori Prefecture in western Japan. It is the only research institution in Japan dedicated to the study of arid environments. The center is a joint usage research center approved by the Minister of Education, Culture, Sports, Science, and Technology. It is dedicated to playing a key role in research and education for the sustainability of both the natural environment and the people who live in arid regions. The center engages with the key issues surrounding desertification and drought. A core activity of the center is to make its equipment available to researchers in fields related to dry land science. Wind creates beautiful ripple patterns. The Tottori Sand Dunes are a well-known tourist destination in Japan. Because the Tottori Sand Dunes are exposed to strong, salty winds and the sands have poor water retention, they are not suitable for agricultural use. People living in the sand dunes attempt cultivation under severe water limitations, damaging winds, and the threat of sand drifts overwhelming the crops. In 1923, the Koyama Sand Dune Research Experimental Station was founded at the Agricultural College of Tottori, which would later become the present Faculty of Agriculture at Tottori University. As the forerunner of the Arid Land Research Center, the experimental station had objectives that included planting trees as windbreaks, developing methods for more efficient irrigation of farmland, and developing technologies for successfully cultivating crops in this sandy land. In 1958, the Ministry of Education approved the establishment of the Sand Dune Research Institute as an annex to the Faculty of Agriculture at Tottori University. During subsequent years, new divisions within the institute were founded and expanded. Collaborative relationships evolved with other research institutions in Japan and overseas, and joint research projects were undertaken. The center also launched doctoral programs for students. In 1990, the facility was reorganized and approved by the Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science, and Technology as a national joint-use research facility, marking the beginning of a period of expansion and growth. This new growth included the creation of large-scale experimental facilities. In 2009, the center was recognized as a joint-usage research center.
Our center is a unique research facility in Japan that focuses on issues and challenges in drylands, such as desertification and drought. Various problems occurring in drylands are closely related to our daily life. Although we do not have drylands here in Japan, and we are responsible for the solutions to the dryland issues as a member of the international society. We will continue our effort to improve livelihoods in drylands in collaboration with domestic and foreign scientists. Thank you. and we look forward to your continued support and cooperation.
The Arid Land Research Center has 5 roles as a joint usage research center in the field of dry land science. Encouraging researchers in Japan and overseas to collaborate on joint research, promoting joint use of its research facilities, training young researchers, creating an international academic network with an emphasis on researcher exchanges, and promoting community service. The center places great emphasis on building partnerships with institutions in Japan and overseas. The center is organized into 3 research divisions: Integrated Desertification Control, Environmental Conservation, and Agricultural Production. Each division has a staff of professors, associate professors, and assistant professors. Visiting research staff, project researchers, and special researchers from the Japan Society for the Promotion of Science are assigned to divisions based on their fields of specialization. The Division of Integrated Desertification Control develops integrated approaches and technologies for tackling desertification, land degradation, drought, and other dry land problems. The Division of Environmental Conservation studies distinctive features of dry land environments, monitors desertification, studies how to preserve and restore sustainable ecosystems, and develops afforestation technologies. The Division of Agricultural Production studies the responses of plants to aridity, heat, salinity, and other stresses, and develops technologies and bioresources for sustainable agricultural production in dry lands, including water-saving irrigation and stress-tolerant crop varieties. This is the Arid Land Dome, a dome-shaped glass greenhouse measuring 36 meters in diameter, 16 meters in height, and 1,000 square meters in area. The structure's interior is divided into 3 research areas, 2 of which can reproduce an arid climate. The dome houses a range of equipment needed to conduct dry land research. One of these is the monitoring system for water in solute transport. Here, the ground surface is covered with salt crystals, preventing its use for growing crops. This phenomenon is known as salinization. The monitoring system for water in solute transport is used to conduct research into the mechanisms of the salinization process and the means by which it can be controlled. The system is playing a key role in solving this serious problem. Located next to the Arid Land Dome is the International Arid Laboratory Building. This facility is used for experiments and analysis related to the restoration of soil environments that have suffered desertification, the monitoring of Asian dust and other meteorological phenomenon, the research on physiological and genetical improvement in crops against salinity and drought stresses. This is the main building and the International Joint Research Building. The main building houses laboratories dedicated to a variety of fields of inquiry, as well as administrative offices, conference rooms, and seminar rooms. As well as housing laboratories for chemical analysis, the International Joint Research Building provides a multi-purpose auditorium for seminars and conferences. To the west of the main building are the Aridtron Control and Experiment Building, and 2 growth chamber experiment buildings. The dry land simulation system, housed in Growth Chamber Experiment Building Number 2, is one of the best equipped facilities of its type in Japan. The system can create light in the same wavelengths as the sun, enabling it to reproduce subtropical desert and cold desert environments for use in experiments. The Growth Chamber Experiment Building houses a range of equipment used in research into plant structure in arid environments. One of them, the electron probe microanalyzer, investigates the chemical elements present in samples by irradiating them with an electron beam. To the west of the center lies the Joint Research Farm, a 6.2-hectare farm that is used to conduct fieldwork in dryland research. Specialty crops, long produced at the Tottori sand dunes, including Chinese yams, sweet potatoes, melons, and Chinese onion, are grown at the farm to carry on the cultivation traditions passed down by the area's farmers and to preserve the crop lineages. Among the many roles played by the center is that of an educational institution. In order to train future professionals who will contribute on the global stage to the revegetation of arid environments and the prevention of desertification, the center offers educational programs and guidance for graduate students and postdoctoral researchers. The center has also entered into student and technology exchange agreements with universities and other institutions around the world. The center welcomes many foreign guest researchers and foreign exchange students each year, particularly from Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. International exchange is a daily fact of life in the center's laboratories, ensuring students and postdoctoral researchers can naturally develop an international sensibility through their everyday activities. The multinational environment also creates friendships and professional networks that will provide a strong basis for future cooperative research.
In fact, I found what I was expecting. Very excellent facility, different laboratories, colleagues with different expertise, and good and very interactive environment. I hope in this very conducive environment with a very advanced technology and very collaborative colleagues, we can all together contribute to and generate impact towards solution of some of the agricultural production constraints of the arid land.
The center also conducts joint research projects in dryland science with other research institutions and universities in Japan through an annual recruitment process. The facility's recognition as a joint usage research center in 2010 gave new impetus to these collaborative activities. An annual research symposium, held each December, provides a venue in which researchers can share their research findings and attend special lectures. In 2002, Japan's Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science, and Technology initiated the 21st Century COE program. COE stands for Centers of Excellence. As part of the 21st Century COE program from 2002 to 2006, the center created an international research and education network for training creative professionals to improve research standards and offer global leadership. In recognition of the results of that program, the center was accepted into Japan's Global COE program in 2007, thus becoming the Global Center of Excellence for Dry Land Science. The program is working to endow students with the advanced technological knowledge needed to deal with the full range of problems in arid environments, starting with desertification. Other initiatives include programs dedicated to exploring new issues and an effort to develop a global network linking researchers in Japan with overseas research institutions. The global COE program is being expanded through Project Asian Dust, which was selected as a Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology special project for a period of 5 years starting in 2011. The effort seeks to address the problem of Asian dust from a variety of perspectives, including its causes, measures to combat desertification in its source areas in East Asia, and investigating how Asian dust impacts ecosystems and harms the health of humans and livestock. The project's research is ultimately geared towards developing measures to limit the spread of damage caused by Asian dust and to identify technologies for dealing with its threat. The center produces many graduates of Tottori-University with the capability of filling jobs at overseas universities, United Nations agencies, international research institutes, and other organizations. The Japan Society for the Promotion of Science operates an international training program that supports the center in its endeavors to produce researchers and workers who can play an active role on the world stage. The JSPS Institutional Program for Young Researcher Overseas Visits funds participants to work within international partner institutions. The Arid Land Research Center opens its doors to the general public every August in an effort to spread awareness of the issues facing deserts and arid environments. The event provides a relaxed and friendly atmosphere in which to explore academic culture through entertaining and easy-to-understand talks by the center's researchers. Visitors can also take part in tours of the facility and observe graphical panel exhibits. Children are offered hands-on opportunities to learn about the mission of the center through manual arts classes and stage events. The center also conducts an annual hands-on research program for upper elementary school students called Let's Become a Desert Doctor. The students learn about the wonders of arid environments, which they would normally have little opportunity to encounter. They get to meet the people, the plants, and the animals who live in this harsh natural environment. They also learn about the importance of protecting the Earth's ecosystems, all through the process of participating in experiments with the center's researchers. After completing the program, each child receives an official Desert Doctor certificate. Each year produces a crop of newly minted young scientists. The center has an exhibition room for arid lands open to the general public on weekends and holidays. The exhibition room displays specimens of sand from around the world, along with miniature models, graphical panels, and other materials, showcasing the lives of people living in arid regions. The center also holds public seminars throughout the year. The center plans, holds, and participates in special events as an invaluable way to spread awareness of its many activities. Under a program known as the Dry Earth Desert Series, the center held publicity events in Tokyo in 2007, Osaka in 2008, and Fukuoka in 2012. The events attracted crowds of attendees who were introduced to arid environments and associated research findings, and were offered special lectures on topics such as desertification and Asian dust. The center held a panel discussion entitled Asian Dust and Desertification, and set up a booth at COP10, the 10th conference of the parties to the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, in the city of Chongwon, South Korea, in October 2011. Through these and other programs and research, the Arid Land Research Center plays a major role as the central organization responsible for dry land research in Japan. It stands proudly as a research institution dedicated to investigating the world's environmental problems. No arid environments or deserts currently exist in Japan, a country that is blessed with abundant water and plant life. However, Japan enjoys deep economic and cultural ties to countries struggling with desertification, so the issue is not one that the country can ignore. Reflecting a determination to utilize its technology and human resources in a worldwide effort to forge a better future for the Earth, the Arid Land Research Center of Tottori-University will continue to embrace the challenge of dry land research so that arid regions might be restored to green and productive landscapes, bringing smiles to the faces of those who live there. For more information about the Arid Land Research Center's facilities, its research, and its events, be sure to visit the center's website.